Welcome to the latest installment of the Run to Daylight podcast. I'm your host, Todd Burrows, and we are doing another best ball study hall by request from Jared. He asked Jared Hines at @ship_chaser. He asked me to review his draft. So again, I will reveal the rules. We're going to be doing this from a perspective of roster construction more than players. I will give out grades for roster construction and an overall grade, which includes basic players and what I think of your team. But basically, this isn't a pick on people thing. This is a let's get better thing. And it's also to show the edge that you can find by just roster construction, and that people don't properly weight how much they're giving to each position group. So we're on our way. So I do want to talk and thank our friends over at the FFPC. We are discussing the 2022 FFPC Never Too Early Best Ball Tournament. It's a $125 entry fee, $25K grand prize, 133,000, only 1,152 teams, 427 teams left. This is my favorite format, and it's because two teams make the playoffs and then three teams advance each week out of 12, giving you don't have to kill yourself trying to be unique. Strength of overall build is more important than uniqueness, but we will be grading on stacking as well, because stacking is important. And we will be doing that. So I'm going to share my screen. And you can go to myffpc.com. That's myffpc.com. Sign up and use the term best ball for your first draft and save $25. So all right, we now have the draft. And we now have, what does this do? Shift +8. Does nothing. All right. So hopefully you guys can see this, and let's get going with some roster construction. So team one was Danny, and Danny started with 4 of the first 5 spots at running back. He didn't take a wide receiver. Then he doubled up on quarterback and then went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 wide receivers. I don't like it. I mean, could it, I keep saying this. Could it work? Yes, anything could work. But when we're talking about ideal construction and how to build teams, this isn't something I would ever do. Taking first of all, if I took these 2 quarterbacks, I wouldn't take a third. Second of all, he took them and he didn't have a stack. No. And tight end is okay. He went Kittle, Arnold, and Brate. I will give him this. I will say this. Actually, I don't dislike it as much as I thought, because he absolutely stopped at 4. So this is how it's not the ideal way to do it, but if you're going to do fragile 4, this is actually, I take it back. This is actually pretty good. There's a couple weaknesses. But if you're going to do fragile 4, you want them to be 4 good ones. I'm going to give this a B. I still think he's probably a little too weak at wide receiver, but there's some good names in there. The two late tight ends aren't going to do much. But if you're going to do Fragile 4, let's see what I would have done. 5th round, I probably would have stuck Amari in for Ezekiel and then done another running back in here. And that would have been my 4th. That's the ideal way, I think. I still think you need one really top-end wide receiver. You're certainly not going to win the flex with wide receiver. With this, you're really hoping to win. I like this better for. I like this better for underdog than I do for the FFPC. But it's a B. I mean, it's a B. It's different. It's got some unique things going on here. So I definitely give it a B. All right, let's move on to Team 2. Team 2 went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 running backs, 2 quarterbacks. I like what they did with their quarterbacks. 1, 2, 3 with the tight ends. I am not an Albert O fan, but I think it's a little underweight at tight end in my view. I think they might add another tight end here. I really like what they did at quarterback. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Running back is fine. They could have gone with a 7th. 1, 2, 3. Win the flex with 4. Stafford and Robinson and Cup is a nice stack. Fields with Justin Herbert, but no Komet or Paris Campbell late, Julio late, Dotson late, Pickens, Drake London. Good use of rookie wide receivers. I think this is a B minus. The only weakness is tight end. But that could be. I don't like Albert O. I would have went Gesicki. If this was Gesicki, Higbee, and Cox, I'd feel a lot better. I like how he did a lot of rookies. Drake London, Khalil Herbert is almost a rookie. Pickens, Brian Robinson, Jahan Dotson. I like this team. This is a solid B. Solid B team. Good stack. Nothing with Fields, but Fields is a running quarterback, so I don't think that that's necessarily a negative. So, all right, let's move on to Team 3. Team 3 got Christian McCaffrey, and wow, Kyle Pitts fell that late. I haven't seen that in a while. Waddle, I'm not a fan of Waddle that early anymore with Hill there. Hawkinson in the 4th. I mean, I have no problem with the 3rd tight end, even though you went too early. I probably wouldn't have done it, but Ingram, I think, is a pretty good value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I probably don't go 7 running backs here, but it's not egregious because you have McCaffrey, right? I like the ETN. I like Penny. I like Ronald Jones. Carson is certainly in line. Drake, and they're all good players. I think this team's a little too weak at wide receiver. Waddle, Ayuk, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this team's a little too weak at wide receiver. Again, this or double up early. I like that he stopped at 2 quarterbacks. But taking that 3rd tight end, let's see, stack wise, no. Lance, no. There's no stacking here that I see at a quick look. I'm going to give this, this is very close to a B. B minus, C plus on this team, Team 3. I feel like it's just, taking Trey Lance here when you're not. Oh, you did. He did. He has a stack with Ayuk. All right. So I take that back. That's enough to get it to a B minus. Having, a couple minor things, but taking Penny and ETN and Ronald Jones, I would have probably stopped at I would definitely wouldn't have taken Carson here. I would have taken Galladay or Shark. And that's what makes it a B minus, but it's not bad. When I'm doing this, I'm not, B's are good. I would have loved to have been a straight B student, but I don't love the quarterbacks back to back here. Although, yeah, I mean, this is a solid B actually. Solid B team. A couple minor things keeping it from being an A. All right, let's go to team 4, which is Jared's team, the team that I was asked to cover. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 6, 8, 3. All right, so stacking, he did pretty well. So he's got Lamar with Bateman and Marquise Brown. Where did Hurst go? He went to Tennessee, didn't he? And he went to OIC. Mariota. Do we have anything with Mariota? All right. So I'll tell you, and I think Huntley. See, I would never back up Lamar Jackson with Huntley. I think that's a mistake in the tournament, personally. But I like his. So this is a 0 running back team with not enough running backs. 6 is not enough. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't even know who Ford is, basically. Zamir White in the 15th round is a bit of a reach. Henderson's true backup needs an injury. So basically, he's got 3 running backs. I think you're a little too weak at running back. I really like the wide receivers. This is like a B minus roster construction, maybe a B because he did stack Lamar really nice. I like Mariota, but what if they draft a rookie and then Huntley? Now you've only got one quarterback. Again, there's just a couple little things. I think you needed a 7th running back. I think you needed. I mean, you took Gronk, Hurst, and Everett. Gronk in the 8th round. We're not sure he's even coming back. Hurst and Everett, and Palmer. I don't want to get too much into the players. It's a B or B plus build, a B minus. It's a B, but B or B minus, somewhere in that range. All right, let's move on to the Gem City Raiders. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 running backs. Picked up Marlon Mack in the 20th round. That was fortuitous. 3 quarterbacks, but one of them might not be a starter this year. So that means that you're a little late. So there's a ding there. Schultz, Hooper, and Ricky Seals is okay. At 4th round, Akers is great. Eckler, Akers, Dillon, Spiller, Hines. That's early for Hines. Haven't seen him that early. Sermon. So this is a pretty good, a better roster construction build than it is a team. Kirk Cousins. We don't have Jefferson. We don't have Thielen. We don't have Trubisky. There's no stacking. This is a C. This is a C build for the Gem City Raiders. Some really nice parts. Like, this is a team that can compete despite being a C build. And it's hard when, teams are doubling up. I don't like this trend of doubling up 6th, 7th round. I think there's too much opportunity cost missed. And then you're doing it with a guy like Lance, who we don't even know. I guess we do know, but I don't like this trend of quarterbacks going this early. So he kind of got stuck because by the time he got back up in the 8th round, Deshaun Watson. I would have been tempted with Watson. I would have been tempted with Watson here. Well, you picked Cousins over Watson. So, yeah, I mean, I don't love it. Don't love the team. All right, next. Rashard. I've seen this guy a lot. I haven't loved his drafts from memory. 2 good running back start, a little early for Henry. Then he wins the flex. I like that. Brady, Tannehill, and Ryan. That's good. Gesicki, Fant, Uzoma. That's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 running backs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 wide receivers. So the only weakness of this team is the wide receivers. You know, Keenan, Deontay. You don't have any explosive wide receivers. Amari is explosive. Mike Williams is explosive with 2 floor guys, another floor guy in Landry, Anderson, Devontae Parker, who got traded today. That could be a good pick. I mean, this is a C. This is a B build, but a C team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think the wide receivers. I would have had 8 or 9 wide receivers here, so maybe not a C. I did a lot of B's in this draft. B minus. I don't see any A's. I like what he did at quarterback. I like what he did at tight end. I like what he did at running back in the first 3. I get taking Algier and Johnson. I don't think it was the right move. So I think your wide receivers are going to struggle. But again, not terrible. Not terrible. None of these are terrible. None of these are drafts that I would say, yuck. All right, bad fishlet. Let's go. Bad fish. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 running backs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 tight ends. Little weak at quarterback. I prefer if I'm gonna go to Lawrence. I don't know what we're gonna get out of him. I would have probably done a third quarterback here. It's not terrible, not egregious. I like what he did at tight end. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, a little Odell Beckham. I might not play at all. We don't know what this rookie's going to do. Little weak at wide receiver. DPJ a little early. Wilson, third guy. This is another B minus team. Good construction. Only thing I'll say with the construction is I might have gone third quarterback. I might have gone 6 at running back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 7. I'm not sure. Is that what I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, he's got 8 wide receivers. I mean, another B minus team. Nothing terrible. A couple minor picks. All these guys have built pretty good teams. And this is a slow draft, so there's less excuse for having some of these off constructions. But any of these teams could win. You can definitely win with a B. All right, let's go to Team 8. Team 8. Cam's dad. All right. Kelsey. So 1, 2, 3 tight ends. That's fine. I wouldn't have taken a third quarterback. If I go Mahomes and Wilson, I'm done. See, that is, and let's look at the stacking. Let's go back to bad. He got Devonta Smith and Goddard. So he's got a nice stack there. Lawrence. I don't see Lawrence pieces real easily, but that's okay. This guy, Brady, did not have a stack with Brady. See, again, this is why these teams were more Bs. Tannehill, no stack other than Henry. All right, let's go. Mahomes, do we have Kelsey? Yes. We have Lazard. We got Mecole Hardman, so there's the third. Wilson, I don't see anyone. I would have tried to get Tim Patrick in here. Here, all right. Chubb and Hunt together, to me, that's a major ding. It's not as bad as last year when he was going in the 6th round, but I don't get that at all. Not in the tournament. Cordell, Madison. Overall, I mean, this is another B- team, and started out nice, did some good things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a C. This is actually almost a C. So the players aren't bad, but only 7 wide receivers, only 2 in the top 6 rounds. You're not going to win the flex like that. Instead, you've got so much weight you do realize that only one of Mahomes and Wilson, only one of Murray and Lance, only one of Prescott and Rodgers each week is going to be on your scoreboard. When your second quarterback is taken so early, you're really behind the 8 ball. So if you take an early, one of the top 6, 7 guys, Lamar, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Herbert, Dak, and Murray. When you're taking one of those guys, you're basically saying by taking them in the 4th, 5th, and 6th round, I expect to get 10 to 12 usable weeks out of that guy. So the second guy, you're only going to get 5 usable weeks out of, maybe 4, and it's just something I think people aren't putting. It's a little out of balance, makes the rest of the team out of balance. There's a C. All right, squadron. Jefferson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here's a team that did 6 that could have used 7. Kamara, big questions. Edwards, big questions. Singletary, big questions. Gainwell, backup. A third down back, and a rook. So we get running back, 3 tight ends. When you take Waller early, you really don't need a third. Josh Allen's and Daniel Jones, I do like that. And I like, this is another B-C build. Because you didn't put in, this is a C build because not having enough weight at running back is a major issue. All right. It's not a minor issue. It's not like, I took an extra third quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo. That could have been, my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That could have been my 8. Could have and should have been my 8th wide receiver. I could have gotten Jimmy Garoppolo in the 20th. Anyway, those are minor mistakes. Not putting enough weight at running back is a bigger issue. He's going to struggle to compete. Now, Bitcoin is one of the smartest guys out there. I would expect this to be a good build. Let's see if I'm right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's stopped. A little weak for a 4, Bip. Javonte was still wondering if Gordon's going to be there. I love Barkley this late. Breece Hall, we think, is going to be good. And Ramondre, they were talking about Fournette. I like Ramondre a lot. This could be a very dangerous build if Ramondre beats out Harris or gets more of the pass catching role. 4, I don't get the 4. Oh, he timed out at the end and got 4. 3 on tight end, which is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he timed out. So he's only going to get a B. There's definitely some issues here. Wide receiver, not strong enough. I love Javante, and Barkley to start. I would have loved to have seen you do more with this. Zach Wilson with Elijah Moore. But I don't know what he would have had if he hadn't timed out. All right. Chef's Punishers. Chef's Punishers. 1, 2, 3 tight ends. I definitely wouldn't have done Jonnu, who's a guy you see kicking around the 20th round. When you put that much weight up top here. Herbert, Carr, and Goff, no problem with the third that late. Could have gone 2, but I have no problem with the third. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 running backs, third and fourth round. Very good running backs for third and fourth round. But the rest of the running back room, James Robinson, who knows what we get out of him. I don't get the McKissick play at all. That early, how he's gotten that early again, I don't know. I like Jamal Williams' floor. Eno is a good. This is another B, B minus. It's solid, but there's definitely some issues too. All right, let's see what my buddy Musio did. Oh, this is us. It isn't just Musio. It's me and Musio. I don't know if you knew that, Jared, but I was in on this one. All right. So we started double running backs. And then you'll notice we don't take any more because we put a lot of weight early. And then Mostert, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this was a 6 build. We drafted the wrong Ingram. That should have been Mark Ingram. Pierre Strong, Damian Williams, Mostert. We could have been a little stronger at running back in the backup part. But again, we put, this team is going to be based on Joe Mixon and Dalvin Cook. But I do think we're a little weak at running back. And I thought that when we drafted it. Quarterback, Watson, Tua, and Winston. You have the upside here, upside with Tua, upside with Winston. It was 3. I think this is a very good way to counter all these early wide quarterbacks. Freiermuth, Knox, and Njoku. He was mad that I took Njoku. Freiermuth and Knox. Knox much later than we've seen in other places. So 2 upside tight ends here. Njoku, another one. And then you'll notice after we went with 2 running backs, 1, 2, 3, 4, very, very solid. Win the flex type. Claypool, a good 5th. Callaway 6th. Jones 7th. Mechie 8th. A little upside there. We've got some stacking with Winston, with Michael Thomas and Callaway. Stacking with Tua, I don't think we have. No. And Watson, no stacking with Watson. Would have liked to have done a little more stacking here, but some stacking through Jameis. This isn't my favorite build that I've ever done, but when you look at the numbers, 3, 6, 8, 3. The only nitpick I'll make is, again, I think running back, this could have been a 7 running back team. No. The only thing is, I think we wanted Ramondre in the 9th. He didn't make it. And then it was a teardrop. So I think this is a B+ build. It's not my best build with Billy here. And I think it's a B team. I think there's some good things here, but Cook is dangerous with a suspension. And it's not my favorite team that we've drafted. I do think Mostert, Damian Williams, and Pierre Strong are real good group of later 3 running backs. I think we did very good with the 3, after missing out on the top quarterbacks. He might get suspended, Watson, but Tua going into a Mike McDaniels offense, and Jameis, who's always been a good fantasy scorer. This is not an A build. not enough stacking for an A build, and a little weak at running back for an A build. So those are my thoughts. Thank you for asking. If anyone else wants me to do their draft, let me know. I'll be happy to do more of these. Billy and I are actually going to do a live draft in 15 minutes. We will not be doing it live, but I will probably review that board tomorrow. And that's going to do it for this episode of the Run to Daylight podcast. Thank you again to our friends over at the FFPC. Go to myffpc.com to get in on the action on these drafts. 400 teams plus teams left. Let's fill this sucker. Have a good day, everyone.